Greetings, fam. This is Kenny with Tarot Say What? Listen, I am doing one of the things that brings me the greatest joy lately, and that's doing these unboxings, these reveals of decks that I've just purchased. So today I will be using, I'm not sure what deck this is right now, actually. We'll see when I get into it. But listen, while I open this initial package, do me a favor. If you're not following my account on Instagram or TikTok, do so. Also, head over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button. Okay, do that for me. I really would appreciate that. Yeah, I would. I really would appreciate that. There's an easier way. I don't need to be doing all that, right? I'm struggling to get into this package, which is probably not the best, but we will see. Okay. Okay, so today I am going to be using this deck that I'm not sure where I got this from. Oh, I take that back. I take that back. This deck here, I think there's a lot of controversy around this deck. So, my friends, I want to know, what are your thoughts on deck creation? And not just deck creation, but imitation. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery, right? And so in this day and age where we have artificial intelligence, I want to know, what are your thoughts of using artificial intelligence to create a deck? Some people will say that, artificial intelligence will scour the net and put together these images, if you will, or these put together some material based on maybe keywords that you put in. And I've used some of these tools, so I'm really curious about your thoughts. The reason I say that, I am going to be using the Fusion Tarot. This is a deck I purchased off Kickstarter, and yeah, was happy to support. So this deck here, it claims to be the first tarot deck created with the aid of artificial intelligence. Check that out, okay? So we're going to get into this deck. Before we do, I would love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on the use of artificial intelligence in creating a deck. So we may have to spend some time with this guidebook. I can tell you right now, this is probably the normally I want to say that I'm really excited when a deck creator puts out their work, right? I'm not even sure if I would call this a deck creator or what. I'm looking at this guidebook. This is on a glossy 8x10 page that's been folded with a staple in the middle. The black isn't black. It just looks like, someone went to Kinko's or FedEx and printed out something. Yeah, so I'm looking at this. There's no information on... Oh, wait, here we go. So this is a Fusion Tarot by Daniel Diehl, a complete guide to the deck. And they list the major arcana, the minor, and as you can see, this is a very flimsy deck. I'm not quite sure what I'll do with this. Yeah, it comes with another little velvety type case yeah. Okay, my friends, I'm not too excited going into this, and maybe it's because of my thoughts on artificial intelligence, and especially having heard some arguments for and against it. But here's the thing. Also, I don't know if what I'm saying is really the case, because I'll think about some of the other decks that recently the Wiser Tarot came out and they tried to make the deck more diverse. And for me, it was a matter of changing the complexion or the pigmentations that we use for the skin tones. Is that a new deck, or is it really just the same deck with some modifications to it? So, you know what? Go ahead and create what you want. Whatever you need as a tool, use it use it. So let me just read through this really quickly. It says the art in this deck was created using the artificial intelligence application Wombo Dream, WOMBO Dream. Our product is not endorsed by or affiliated with Wombo. I'm like, I make mistakes when I do grammar, but I'm a very particular person. Let's end the sentence with a period. I'm nitpicking right now. I'm nitpicking. So my higher power, work with me as I go into this deck. Let's see if there's anything more that's interesting to find out. This is the Fusion Tarot by Daniel Diehl. And, going into the deck, um, you have another little pocket, little guide, if you will, that has all the information. Again, this is tarot keywords and reverse meanings are listed here. So I'm going to go ahead and get into this deck. In the back of the deck, you see this here. Card stock is okay. I'm not expecting much. I've looked at the Wombo application when I went to support this deck, and I really wasn't impressed by what they put together. But we'll see what comes up for us. Yeah, this is that amalgamation of everything that you see. So we're going to go ahead and get into this. Okay, my friends? We have the Fool, the Magician. So I've used Wombo before, and I'll just keep showing the cards while I talk about my process. And what it allows you to do is enter a bunch of keywords, and you select a particular style that you want to do. So they have these different artistic styles, and it will take the different information and put together something. So if I entered, the keywords um, for I don't know, chariot, for example, will, determination, outward force, control. And maybe I would put in Sphinx. Maybe I'll put in, actually the word chariot, and it will produce something like this, or it'll produce a series of graphics, and I can select which one, maybe make some modifications and tweaks to it. And that's looks like what we're doing here. We have strength here, and you can see some of these just don't even seem to make much sense. You see this muscular person for strength, and strength isn't really, unless you're thinking more inwardly about this, you really don't get what you're looking for. Um, Here's a hermit that kind of looks like, this older wise person with a bunch of books and yeah. Wheel of Fortune, you can see this wheel that comes out of this. I don't know, this is supposed to be justice. Here's the Hangman. Yeah. Here's death. Temperance. The devil. The tower. The star. The moon. The sun. Judgment. And this is the world. Now, what I'm going to be interested in, I was interested in seeing that in terms of this application, what they were going to do for the minor arcana and the different suits to see if they followed any theme. So we'll go ahead and get to the cups. There's the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, Three of Cups, Four of Cups. Here's the Five of Cups, and I'm just trying to see what is coming out of this. The Six of Cups. Yeah, so my friends, here's the thing. Like, I believe that we should use technology to our benefit, and it can be used to aid anything. We can open up a book and find a passage that speaks to us. Some of us use the Bible for that. Some of us will, use our intuition and go on YouTube, and the first video that comes up and we find that it speaks to us. There's a lot of coincidences and will and all this other good stuff. The use of artificial intelligence is just, in my opinion, another means to do it. Do I like necessarily the decks that I'm seeing? Not so far. If this is an example of what we can expect using artificial intelligence, then I'm really not that thrilled. And, I would say from a social justice standpoint, in terms of using artificial intelligence, we must mention, even though this is not necessarily related to the work that I'm talking about today, is that oftentimes, artificial intelligence is only as good as the inputs, right? And so we'll see in some cities where police forces have used, cameras to be able to detect, or I'm sorry, images to be able to detect like who's the likely criminal. And of course, when we use discrimination and racism and things like that, the results that we get are inappropriate and wrong. Or sometimes we'll use medical technology, and you'll find some medical devices unable to detect certain pigments, and it could underdiagnose a certain condition. And maybe that's what I'm thinking about when I'm seeing this. I will say, going back to the cards, these court cards in here, the pentacles, you kind of see something coming out of here. Here's the Ace of Swords. Here's a Two of Swords. And so again, now what I'm seeing here is probably better depictions. And look at this is the Five of Swords. And so also with Wombo, it will allow you to put in a graphic. So maybe I wanted to scan a card and it will give me different renderings based on this artistic style that I'm looking for. And when I see things that come very close to existing cards, it makes me believe that that's what took place. So yeah, that's what reminds me of this. Am I liking this deck? It's not my favorite. Do I think that this is a reflection of the artist's work? Probably not. What I think this deck is a reflection of the artist's time to be able to go into this application, to enter the different keywords, to pick a style. And hey, so maybe this person is a deck curator, right? Maybe they just curated these different images and put them together in a way to reinterpret it. Here's the thing, though. Daniel, congratulations on putting out something different for spreading the conversation about the use of artificial intelligence and deck creation. I've said a lot, and I'm probably going to contradict myself right now and say, you know what? When I think about some of the other decks, we see people, seeing something and then using reinterpreting it to fit their vision. Is that any different? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm happy to see this. I would love to hear your thoughts on the use of artificial intelligence and deck creation. The deck I used today was the Fusion Tarot, which is the first tarot deck created with the aid of artificial intelligence. Someone has to do it. And Daniel, thank you for putting this work out. Am I thrilled about the deck? Not necessarily, because, I want to see something that, that stands out to me. And right now, this is just a bunch of different images that there's a lot of secrecy. That's what I'm seeing in this deck. If I had to come up with one thing, it's the unknown, right? And maybe that's something that's really important about a deck like this. Anyway, my friends, let me go ahead and pull some cards that I'll be using for today's reading. Again, this is the Fusion Tarot by Daniel Diehl. If you haven't checked this deck out, I encourage you to. I encourage you to do so. If you can afford it, go ahead and get it. But I don't know how much I paid for it on Kickstarter. Let's clear my mind so I can approach this. Here's the thing, my friend. Also, so I just went through that and I was trying to, reach a certain point, and my intuition still kept me in a very quiet place, very still, reserved, very unknown, and I wouldn't say unsure, but discomfort and just being able to accept that that's what I was bringing into this. Um, yeah. So we're still going to pull some cards, and knowing that the energy that I bring to this is one of reservation. And I'm hoping that the cards that I pull will speak to whatever it is that is meant to be shared today. And so we'll go with that. Okay? I'm laughing, my friends. I'm laughing because two of the three cards that have just come out were two cards that I kind of stopped and either said something to you about or thought, what am I looking at? So, my friends, here's the thing. And remember, I said I was hoping that I get something that speaks to where I am today and the energy that I'm bringing into it. And it truly reflects that. So the first card in the past position that I'll be using is the Page of Swords. The second card in the present position is the strength. And the third card in the future position is the Six of Cups. So Yes, my friends. Yes. I want to know your thoughts. First of all, if you're not following me on Instagram and TikTok, go ahead and do so. If you haven't subscribed to my channel on YouTube, make sure you do so. And I want to know your thoughts, my friends, on the use of artificial intelligence in the process of creating a deck. There's been a lot of discussion, and we can continue it here. I love you, friends, and just check back in a little bit, and I will post the reading based on these three cards. And as you can imagine, yeah, we're seeking some. We're trying to find out. We're these novices trying to find out. I'm trying to find out, what your thoughts are and how to even articulate my thoughts about this. And I think that for me, it's a matter of figuring out how best to say that. Right? We can get win people over in a lot of different ways. We can also turn people away. And sometimes, if it doesn't feel right emotionally for us, that we need to walk away. That's just what I'm thinking about today as I process the use of this deck. This is the Fusion Tarot by Daniel Diehl. Go ahead and support this deck if you can. Love you, my friends.